I'm Mike James, sports editor of the LA Times, and I'm joined today by Sam Farmer, our NFL columnist who's in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. Hello, Sam. Today, normally this is the thing for college players to show their wares to NFL scouts, but the Miami Dolphins and the Richie Incognito bullying case really sort of took center stage today. What happened with that?
Well, it really started last night, Mike, when the Dolphins fired offensive line coach Jim Turner. They also fired their longtime trainer, Kevin O'Neill. So they took some preemptive steps in the Richie Incognito case. Both the coach and the trainer were involved in the taunting of Jonathan Martin and others. And now we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, which will probably be the suspension of Incognito, who becomes a free agent next month. So the league might further suspend him and the other Dolphins who are involved. So it's interesting. We'll have to see what they do from this point on.
Yeah, it is going to be very interesting. But the rest of the week, we're looking at these young players who are trying to make names for themselves. So who do you think? Let's look at some of the quarterbacks. Johnny Manziel, other guys, Teddy Bridgewater. Who do you think is maybe going to make a mark here, or do something that someone doesn't expect already?
Lots of depth here. Blake Bortles, the Central Florida quarterback, is really the only elite quarterback who's going to throw. We're not going to see Manziel, who could be the #1 overall pick. Teddy Bridgewater, another great pick. Now remember, last year only one quarterback was taken in the first round. This could be, we could see 3 quarterbacks taken in the first 5 picks. The Houston Texans have the #1 pick, and sort of the in vogue pick right now for them is Johnny Manziel, just being this mobile, exciting quarterback. But this is the time of year when one guy sort of catches fire and takes off.
Jadeveon Clowney, great skills, everyone agrees, but there's some question marks there, aren't there?
Yeah, the question mark there is how hard of a worker is Jadeveon Clowney. Obviously a phenomenal talent as a defensive player. In fact, Mike Mayock, NFL Network draft guru, thinks he's more talented than Mario Williams was 8 years ago when the Texans made Mario Williams the #1 overall pick. But he got sort of a lukewarm. Jadeveon got a bit of a lukewarm endorsement from his coach Steve Spurrier, who said he's an okay worker. If a team's going to put the kind of money forth that they're going to need to for the #1 overall pick, you would hope for more of a ringing endorsement. But this guy is incredibly talented, and so maybe that makes up for it.
2 Southern California guys. We've got Anthony Barr from UCLA and Marquise Lee from USC. Where do they stand?
Both potential top 10 picks. I mean, Marquise Lee dropped off a little bit this year. Anthony Barr, certainly incredible talent, and could be a top 5 pick. Marquise Lee should go somewhere in the top 20, and his speed will be on display. So running his 40 times will be very important in terms of making him money this week.
Yeah, well, and that's pretty much what it's all about, I think.
Yes, it is.
So, Sam, thank you. You can read Sam's report throughout the week on LATimes.com. Sam will certainly have his reports each morning in the print edition of the LA Times.